Welcome to the spare bedroom. This bedroom has been through a lot in the past 3 years. It was my roommate's room, my cousin's room, my best friend's room, and it has been my brother's room. And now it is the guest room, the storage room. It's not functional, but no longer, for it shall soon be the nursery, which means I have a lot of work to do. Hopefully, by the time this video is being watched by you, I don't already have a kid, because that means I got it done in a timely fashion. I just got off work and I thought, you know, it would be fun scraping the popcorn off of the ceiling. I really don't want to be doing this right now, but I've learned that it's usually best if I don't listen to myself. So enjoy watching me scrape popcorn for the next hour and a half in, I don't know, 200 times speed.
Well, dang, I don't know why I was so bummed about scraping the ceiling, other than every other time that I've ever had to do it, something's gone terribly wrong. I mean, if you ignore the popcorn getting in your eyes, the sore shoulders, the slow progress, the mess that it makes, I mean, it's really not that bad other than that. I was quite happy, though, to get this finished and to move on to spackling. As you'll see here in a moment, I do enjoy spackling a little more.
Drywall, why don't we make walls out of wood?
That will not be the last improvised song in this video.
Why are you on the ground? Well, I gotta pull the ground up. This carpet is not long for this world. You know, the hardest part of removing carpet is not actually pulling the carpet out, it's taking it to the dump. Because where I live, you can't just take it to your local dump that you pay thousands of dollars to taxes to every month. No. You gotta take it to the special city dump and pay extra money for the privilege to throw it into the dump. Criminal. Actually, not criminal. Inconvenient. Inconvenient is what it is. What do you want, Bob? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know any Bobs.
Wait, Caleb, you're not just gonna leave your carpet sitting in the yard, right? That would be crazy.
I'm gonna drag that carpet into a slightly nicer pile outside of my front window in order to prevent future strife. All right, how can I do this so that my neighbors don't think I'm a total nutcase?
Look, most of these home improvement videos that you're gonna watch are gonna show you the before and the after and all the little fun parts that come in between. No, not here. We're not living in fantasy land. Here is 2 hours of me pulling staples out of the floor and then removing those carpet strips and then sweeping, because that's part of the process too. And if I have to suffer through it, so do you. Oh wait, we're painting. Okay, so this is the first time I've ever used the paint sprayer in my life. It was a lot of fun. I didn't add the strobe effect. That is just a neat thing that happens when your camera shoots at 30 frames per second and your electricity pulses at 48 beats per second. So they kind of chase each other around in a disco nightclub effect. I did a full layer of primer, and then I did a full layer of regular paint. I don't think I needed to do the primer, to be fair, but it was really good practice. Oh yeah, and this was me after. I was covered in paint. I didn't wear a suit. I should have. I know that now. Someone remind me the next time I paint to wear a suit. Now you're thinking, what's he doing down there? Well, I am trying to tape the 4-inch stripes that my wife wanted. This is maybe 30 minutes into the process, and if you look closely, you can actually pinpoint the exact moment where I crash out. There it is. So I did what any reasonable man would do in this situation, and I called in the experts, my in-laws. I don't know what God was doing when he gave me not only like the coolest parents ever, but also genuinely the best in-laws you could ever ask for. I am a very fortunate fellow. While I was waiting for the lines, I went ahead and prepped the wood for the baseboard, chair rail, and crown molding, using wood that I had milled up myself on the sawmill. So here I am, breaking out the table saw that I use on a obviously daily basis. They call it a table saw because it is a saw that they put on a table. I call this section of the video Saw SMR, like ASMR, but with a saw instead. Oh God, what am I doing with my life? No one is watching this video. You're just making stupid jokes for yourself to laugh at later. They're not even good jokes. You're just phoning it in. This part takes a while, so enjoy some music. It's really hard for me to find good copyright-free music, so here is me singing the entirety of Oh Holy Night, completely in Latin, for this portion of the video. Enjoy. Adeste fideles, lente triumphantes, vinete, vinete in Bethlehem. Rigo Maguro, vinete adoremos, vinete adoremos, vinete adoremos, Dominio, Deum de Dio, lumen de lumine, gestor pulae. Non factum viente adoremos, viente adoremos, viente adoremos. Oh, and here I am complaining that I hurt my finger. Poor guy, but look at this character growth. Cleaning up after a project? Who is this guy? I even put my headphones away? That uncharacteristic.
Good job, team.
Flooring! Look at that transition. Smooth, buddy, smooth. All right, so I cut out the first hour I spent just measuring the floor to get an idea of where I'm gonna start. I am leaving in the first hour. It took me to do the first row because on a room this size, honestly, that first row is maybe half the project. Once you get that down, everything else just flies into place. There's only the two doorways in this room, going into the closet and going into the hallway. So I was cooking. I did all this in this is a one afternoon project. So this thing flew by. I did completely forget about this vent that I come over, but I got so lucky that it lined up perfectly. I didn't have to actually worry about it. If I had gotten that wrong, it would have been a pain. I would have had to figure out a workaround, but I got super lucky there. So happy to take the luck where I can get it. Oh wait, hold on a second. I think Caleb's got something to say.
Okay. We just finished the floor. I think my camera died at some point as I was wrapping up the project. I am gassed.
Okay, buddy. Dramatic as always. It wasn't that bad. It took maybe like 6 hours total. Anyway, this part of the video is where I'm routing. I borrowed a router from my dad, and it worked really well. I didn't think it looked good at first, but then I decided it did look good because I didn't feel like going to Lowe's and getting a different routing bit. And anyway, I only recorded a little bit of it because I didn't really feel like recording that much. But once you've seen me route one board, you've really seen me route every board. So there's not much here that you're missing. A couple days later, I break out the pad sander and sand everything down real nice. I was streaming this one, and we have something on stream where people can request dog if the dog's feeling like it, and someone requested dog. So we had a nice dog intervention where Meg came on camera and hung out with us for a little bit. Come here. There's a good girl. Come here. You're okay. There's a good girl. There's a good girl. Oh, there's a good girl. Oh, at this point, I got distracted and went to wrestle the dog. As I was moving the camera, this happened. Yeah, my cord got caught. My phone ate it face down on the cement. And luckily, it survived, and I do appreciate that. The dogs and I had a lovely little scritch session after that, a little wrestle session. They love it when I wear coveralls because they know in this household, coveralls mean it's time to wrestle. All right, while I was goofing off, the in-laws were hard at work taping the lines for the stripes in the nursery. Not really. That's not how the timeline went at all. I think it was like a full week later they came. But in the story, in the narrative, it fits nicely. So that's why I said it. Okay, we gotta keep this. We gotta keep this thing on. We gotta keep this show on the road. That's enough, dog. Let's get on to painting stripes, y'all.
We are going to paint the stripes. I'm painting stripes. By the grace of God, Kate's father came here yesterday and taped this entire room because I tried last week and I crashed out. Not in my skill set. Straight lines, meticulous, careful, slow, detail-oriented work. Easier for me to wrestle, train. I prefer that, honestly. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a quick coat base color on the edges here, just to crisp our lines up, and then I'm gonna roll everything else with the other. That was pretty cool. That was cool. I thought that was cool.
As I was watching this tape back, though, I was literally talking to myself for like 2.5 hours straight. I can't believe I maintained a conversation for that long. Stop licking your lips. Bad habit of licking my lips while I paint. Now, now for the part of the stream called watching paint dry. See, here's the thing. I wasn't even streaming this day. It was just me, myself, and I in a grand delusion of insanity as the paint fumes rose and rendered me more and more insane. Why do I have a file named peeing tape? Oh, it must be peeling tape. That would make more sense. Ooh, but look at those lines. They are sharp with a capital P. Ooh, painting that base color first definitely was the ticket. Bum 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 bum. Oh, oh, oh. I'm so tired and I'm so cold. What? Yeah, we can play Christmas music. Duh, it's November 1st. Okay, I should explain what we're doing. We're gonna put, thank you. Thank you for your continued support in all that I do and how you're always encouraging and supportive.
Is that sarcastic?
No, it's No Nonsense November. We're not being sarcastic. Today we're putting in, oh no! My walls! Where's the paper towel? Where's the paper towel, sir?
It slipped!
Today we are going to be installing baseboard and trim, which is the same thing. We're going to be installing baseboard, chair molding, and crown molding. Montage! You thought we were done with Oh Holy Night? Not even close. Ego kinastus diwhy Jesus. Okay, come back here for a second for a little bit of serious cereal time. So as I was doing the trim, I got really down on myself because I thought it looked pretty bad. There's footage of me saying it looks like a 2-year-old did it. Man, it looks like a 2-year-old did this. I mean, it did look pretty bad. Also, I didn't have the right size nails as I was finishing the crown molding, and I had 2 pieces fall on me after I finished putting them up. I feel pretty good about how I handled it overall. I drove to Lowe's, I got the right size nails, I hyperfixated on the problem until it was solved, I skipped lunch, used 3 tubes of caulk. Maybe not the ideal way of handling it, but it did end up turning out all right. I do think one honest takeaway, one thing that I've learned in the last 15 years of house projects, if you know the correct part that you need and you don't have it, you stop what you're doing and you go and you get the correct part. Because even if you can save time by finding a workaround, you're gonna frustrate the pants off yourself 9 times out of 10. Oh, look at that pretty tree. Does anyone know what type of tree that is? It's my wife's favorite type of tree. Back on topic. We just had a few finishing touches left at this point. I had to wait for the caulk to dry, so I'm hanging the curtain rod here and, or at least prepping the brackets to hang the curtain rod. I can't really hang the curtains themselves until after the paint dries, and I don't want to get the fancy curtains all painty. So you see, I've hung dozens of curtains in my life, but I don't think I've ever done it the same way twice. I don't have a method. I was just using a long stick here and measuring off of the ceiling and the window trim. Oh, I forgot this part too. The rod was too long, so I had to lop a piece off of it. Luckily, it was a piece that went inside of like the sleeve, so you couldn't see the cut mark. So I just chopped a piece off and slid it in there. Good quick thinking past, Caleb. Good job. We'll get those hung up tomorrow, but we're moving on here to touching up the paint. I mean, we're getting close now, and this step here was super satisfying because it really made the room start to feel tied together and finished. This came at the end of a very long Saturday, at the end of a very long week where I had been sick all week, and I had just reached a point where I feel like I wanted to be done. I feel like I keep changing tenses in my script. I talk like it's happening as I narrate some, and then I talk like it's already happened. English people, like, help a brother out. How am I supposed to use tenses in this situation? Anyway, Sunday, my wife could not wait to hang up the curtains. They are pretty cute. They are pretty cute. Oh yeah, and here's a closet insert I made. I didn't record making this because it was really nice out when I was making it and I wanted to take my shirt off, and I don't like having my shirt off on camera. It didn't even fit in the closet though, so I had to take the legs off just to install it, but now it's super permanent. It's definitely not coming out of that closet anytime soon.
Well, we did it, gang. We have finished the nursery. And while it might technically not truly be 100% finished, I have to replace a couple outlets, and I don't have a light fixture yet. It is finished enough. Oh, I also have to finish the closet. It is finished enough for me to put a pin in this. And I've got a tradition over on my Twitch stream where we end every stream with a little bit of gratitude, and we're gonna adopt that over here in the YouTube world as well. I'm very thankful that I've got people around me who are willing to jump in and help with projects like this. I'm thankful that I get to work with my hands and do stuff like this. It's a lot of fun. It's a change of pace from what I do for a day job, and I really enjoy the ability to not just work with my mind, but work with my hands and get a little dirty. And I appreciate that my wife does not see all the tiny imperfections that I see, and she thinks that I did a really good job. Alright, that's gonna wrap it up. Don't worry though, the rest of, I'm gonna get the name of it right this time. The rest of Oh Come All You Faithful is, it's still coming. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it.
TBC, go!